Hey everyone, welcome back to another installment of the home buying process. Today we're going to talk about the appraisal and a couple of the steps that need to be completed once you have a signed purchase and sale agreement. If you've been following along through the home buying process, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Eric Schweenard. I'm a realtor with Hometown Realtors in Massachusetts. And if you do like the content that I'm creating, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. So once you've signed the purchase and sale agreement, you are approximately 4 weeks or 1 month away from being a homeowner. During this time period, your lender is actually going to be the one that is going to step forward and do a majority of the work that gets done during this time period. Your lender now has to officially submit your application and finalize all the information needed for you to get a mortgage. Now, in order for them to do that, there's going to be a lot of documents that they're going to require of you. You are going to be asked to verify your income. They're going to look for pay stubs. They are going to want to see your tax returns. They're going to want to see your bank account. What's your balance? How much money do you have and how much money's coming in? How much money's going out? These are all things during this time period that your lender is going to go through with a fine-tooth comb. In fact, they may actually ask for these things multiple times during this 4-week period, and that's okay. Anything that they ask you for, just do the best that you can to get it to them as soon as you can, because the longer it takes you to get the paperwork to your lender that your lender needs to finalize your mortgage, the longer it's going to take for the mortgage process, which could end up delaying your closing and making it take even longer before you become the homeowner. Once you sign the purchase and sale agreement, your lender is also going to ask you to pay for the appraisal. Now, this is one of those points where a lot of buyers, and particularly first-time home buyers, don't know that this is a cost that does come out of your pocket up front. So on average, you can expect to pay approximately $500 for an appraisal. Now, that money does come out of your pocket. You give it to your lender. They use it to pay the appraiser. But depending on the lender that you're working with, some lenders will credit that money back to you at closing. Within about 2 weeks of signing the purchase and sale agreement, the appraiser should come out to do the appraisal report. However, you as the buyer are probably not really going to know when the appraiser comes out. In fact, even your licensed real estate professional may or may not know when the appraiser is actually going to come out to the property. The only person that's really going to know at this point would be the seller and the seller's agent, because the appraiser is going to reach out to them directly for access to the property. So once you get that report, you'll know that the appraisal has been completed, but you just may not know exactly when they're coming out. You may not know until you get that report. The purpose of the appraisal is to make sure that the home you're buying is valued at what you're paying for the home. So this is why back when we talked about the contingencies that go into the offer, I mentioned that the appraisal contingency is kind of a third protection that's there for you, but really it's there to protect your lender, because your lender doesn't want to lend you more money than a home is worth. This is that situation where, your priorities and the lender's priorities really do overlap in this situation, because you don't want to overpay for a home and your lender won't lend you money to overpay on a home. Also, unlike the home inspection, you do not get to choose who the appraiser is that does the appraisal on the home. The lender picks the appraisal company that they want to work with or that they typically work with, and usually it correlates to what type of loan product you're using. Now, it's very important to note here that the appraiser may note some deficiencies that maybe didn't come up during the home inspection, because the appraiser looks for different types of issues. Each loan product has different qualifications as far as which homes qualify for which types of loan products. So your appraiser is the one that's going to go out and look for some of those specific issues that they know are related to the type of loan you're getting. For instance, if you have an FHA product, FHA doesn't allow for peeling paint. So if there are any issues, any types of missing handrails, peeling paint, anything like that, any deficiencies that the appraisal does mention in the report, your lender will not lend you money for this home so long as these deficiencies are noted in the report. So until those deficiencies are corrected, your lender will not provide you a mortgage on that home. The big difference between the appraisal and the home inspection. With the home inspection, you as the home buyer get the final say on what you're okay with and what you want corrected. With the appraisal, the lender gets to choose what issues they're concerned about and how those issues get corrected. And if you receive the appraisal report and the appraised value is below the offer price, so if the value of the home is lower than what you're paying, then there's really 3 options that can happen to move forward. Number 1, and the most common, is the seller has to reduce the price to meet the appraised value. Again, your lender isn't going to lend you money not going to lend you more money than what the home is worth. So in order for you to secure the loan, the price has to be reduced to the appraised value. Number 2, you as the buyer can pay the difference. Because this market right now is so competitive, there are situations right now where sellers are coming back and asking buyers to either pay half the value to meet them in the middle, or are requesting buyers to pay the difference to make up the difference in the value to the offer price. If you don't have the money, then that brings you to the 3rd option, which is that the deal just falls apart at this point. If the seller's unwilling to reduce the price and you cannot or will not pay the difference between the appraised value and the offer price, then the deal can't go on. It has to go back to the beginning. So you get your deposits back, because this protection, once again, is written into the offer and the purchase and sale agreement. You get your deposits back, you return to the home search, and you have to start the whole process over again from that point. In summary, once you have a signed purchase and sale agreement, your lender is going to start working really hard to finalize your mortgage. They are likely going to require a lot of documentation from you in order to do that. So they are going to start regularly requesting information from you. The quicker you get them the information that they're requesting, the quicker everything can move forward. Don't cause a delay. Get them the paperwork that they're requesting as soon as you possibly can. Approximately 2 weeks after signing the purchase and sale agreement, the appraiser is going to come out to do the appraisal. You as the home buyer probably won't know exactly when the appraiser is coming out, because the appraiser is going to contact the seller and the seller's real estate professional for access to the property. Once you and your lender receive the appraisal report, you then are going to get a list. If there's any deficiencies, those have to be negotiated with the seller. If the value is low, either the seller reduces the price to meet the appraised value, you as the buyer pay the difference, or the deal falls apart and you start over from the home search process. So that's really all I have for today. As always, if you'd enjoyed this video and you have any questions, any comments, or if there's something you would like me to cover in a future video, you can leave a comment below, or you can always follow me, message me, or talk to me on Facebook or Instagram at ESC Realtor. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.